Hello, everybody, and welcome to the No One's Listening podcast. As always, it is No One, because my name's in the title. And then you got Stretch over here.
Hey.
Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, that was a good breath one. And then
That was a really good
yeah, that was. And then bringing back, the Pro League Bandit, the only. Were you console?
Yeah, I mean,
The only guy to
like,
make it out the slums. You got Revan for episode number 2 of many more to come.
what's up,
So,
guys?
oh my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I forgot to say
No,
something. So.
just no. Go ahead and ego me. Go ahead and ego me. It's okay. I understand. I
No,
haven't been.
you're right. You're right.
I, I haven't analyzed the team. And probably go
No,
ahead.
I was wrong for that. I was wrong for that.
So since you're here, we'll go ahead and make use of you because the one thing you're good for is pro league talk. You're good for many
Of
other
course,
things. I don't care what they tell you.
can confirm.
Whoa, hold on now.
Won't deny.
You know this guy right here. Has been through the trenches. Dealt with Ashton firsthand.
Oh no.
Oh, whoa, now. Speaking of, though, what'd you think
Oh.
about? So, speaking of, we'll just touch on Pro League right away. We'll just go ahead and get into it. Since, you got a bedtime, grown man, by the way. With a,
Grown man in school.
by the way, with a bedtime. What'd you think about round one?
Playoffs or like
Nah, just
the
week one.
the
Like,
event
yeah,
in general.
yeah. Last week. We'll just go
Well, I
last week.
mean, so for groups then.
Yeah, the groups. Yes, yes.
I was talking with Stretch about it a little bit before you got here, but
Oh,
I
wow,
think that
stretch
the
still in
overall
content.
consensus is playoffs have been fine, but like I don't know, group stage was underwhelming. There were a few good matches here and there, but realistically,
Groups,
there wasn't anything particularly
there
entertaining
were
in
some bad
groups.
shutouts.
Yeah, there were some really ugly group
Now, come
matches
on now.
like
Fear X on
uh
M80, though? All for
yeah,
nothing, but
that game.
all for nothing, but that was crazy comeback story.
Yeah, no, that was a wild game. Um I guess I really shouldn't put it past M80 to lose a game like that, but
G2 putting the
I,
fucking foot down on FaZe? Come on
I think
now.
that was more FaZe taking their foot off of
Hey,
G2,
quit being a
frankly.
G2 hater. Quit being a G2 hater, okay?
Absolutely not. They should not have lost that game. The round 11 on border actually made me so angry I stood up and yelled at
Now,
the
now
TV.
they sold the hell out of that. I know that round. They mm,
I was actually pissed about that.
they sold the dog shit out of that.
Sometimes Pro League doesn't make sense though, because what was it, 2-1 or 2-0 to Shopify the day before versus G2, and then they beat
It's
Then they
FaZe, who
2-0.
beat
they go and
That
beat the
Shopify.
shit
entire
out of
group was
FaZe.
just fucking hilarious. It
Yeah.
was 2-0 Shopify to G2. I don't even know if FaZe played that day. I know
No, FaZe played the day before,
They
and
played,
they beat
yeah.
yeah.
Shopify
Yeah, they beat the shit out of
and beat
Shopify,
Shopify.
and then G2 fucking got the
Yeah,
shit beat
they
out of them.
they Shopify lost 2-0 to Damwon, who lost 2-0 to G2, who lost 2-0 to Shopify.
Didn't
It
was it
was that group was a mess.
what fucking team lost a shitty ass D plus kill? Was that W7M?
It was basically everybody aside from G2. I think G2 and FaZe were the only two. Like I think they beat Shopify and I'm already blanking on the other team, but they beat Shopify and whoever the last place team in their group
Okay, I
was.
was thinking D plus kill just fucking looked like complete and utter dog shit, and then all of a sudden just started fucking clutching.
Yeah, that seems to be their thing.
Hey, we got to give it up for APOC though. Come on, we a boo, whatever.
Weibo.
What
Weibo.
Weibo? What a,
Well,
I'm
Weeaboo.
so
not.
this is what me and Revan were talking about
I'm not
earlier.
racist.
So I have my like favorite teams or whatever, and like Weibo is so stuck in the middle of being like they've beaten everyone they could but there's literally no one
Yeah,
left that they could beat. They're not beating anyone else. They're not beating
yeah,
Secret tomorrow. It's
Dude,
so chalked
Secret
as a Weibo
Secret is
fan.
so clean, man.
they really
My,
are.
my issue my issue with APOC, I love APOC gameplay. I think I was talking to Trippin about it. Like I do, I'm an APOC fan. They suck. APOC's biggest weakness is a fucking flank. Them motherfuckers never
Mhm.
see a flank coming. I don't know why. It th-
And it's funny because they live by that shit when they're defending, but like
but they
when they're
dude,
attacking, they just
I'm
forget that other people can
I'm
do the
talking
same
about a
shit.
Doc running up with a bailiff getting a three piece. Like that's how bad
Hmm.
they are at the flank. It hurts my soul because APOC would be really good if it wasn't for the flank. If you just say flanks are banned this event, promise you they're going all the way.
APEC is the most creatively strategic or strategically creative region in Siege. It's just the talent and like the fundamentals doesn't compare to the rest of the world. There are a few players in APAC who are probably, I would say, up there with some of the best players in the world. I think Anaton's really good.
Oh, he's a
I think
menace.
that Reaps is really good.
Reap Reaps is good.
Reaps from Weibo.
Yep.
Moonlight
And
is gonna be up there. Give it one more year.
Didn't Reaps have his
yeah,
breakout year? Was it last year?
no, Reaps had his breakout year a
Then
few
who was
years
who was
ago
the one that had the
because
I'd
breakout?
say 2 years ago. Probably
prominent
Turd.
APAC players.
It
I
might.
I wouldn't say Turd. I wouldn't. I don't think Turd is like
I might have not been
all
an
that
APAC.
impressive of a player.
I'd have to go read through the fucking names again. Hey
I
man,
think
y'all.
I know who you're talking about.
I
Just I
I
can't
they
remember.
Oh,
got weird fucking names.
wait, who? Oh, why am I blanking? He played like 12 different operators on Cafe and dropped 26.
Yeah,
If
When
you
he
they
give me the
dropped an
team, I'll
NA.
probably remember it.
dude. I'm at a blank right now. I'm trying so hard on his name.
Who was on Mr. Oh, Onigiri?
No, that wasn't last year though.
No, I'm just saying that that was years ago.
Yeah, that was.
Onigiri was.
Yeah, Onigiri is really good. I think it's criminal that he's not on a team right now.
You know what? Well, I might think of it later. But let's talk about the love to hate region. Latam.
So the only LATAM team that I like is W7M, and
They're
they're doing all right.
they're the like you gotta love and hate them it because Trip hates them, and I get why. And I was like, I love it, but I hate it. Is this just
The
there's
region or the team specifically?
the region? It's their style of gameplay. It's just like we're just gonna bum rush the fuck out of you.
Oh, I absolutely hate the region.
That's why I said
I'm well
I
documented
hate
as
it.
being a Brazil hater.
Yeah, I hate it, but I love it because it's like, every now and again, like the old Virtus Pro, it's like, man, that shit gets kind of annoying waiting. And then you get a team like you would
Hmm.
coming from back in the day. Like now, since the game's a little quicker paced, it does get a little like, okay, you can do something creative. But back then with like the Virtus Pros and shit, when they were all slower, then you'd get like a Furia or a W, like one of them.
Yeah.
Boom! It was like it just added
Well,
that
no, well
excitement.
W7M to me is like the slowest LATAM
They
team.
actually use
They really
strats,
are.
yeah, and their chemistry off each other is insane.
No, yeah, they have an extremely impressive roster.
Hey,
I
y'all,
think Palu really completed that roster.
dude, Paulo is nice. He has some key moments.
I know like people will always think of Palu and Nest together, but low key like Nesk has had his fall off. Palu still has not. Now, granted, like Palu has or Nesk has been playing longer than Palu, but he's still absolutely got that kind of it
Oh,
factor as a player.
what y'all think about Mephi? God, is that how you say
I
it?
don't know.
On
Like
what?
there's
That there is that how you say it? Mephi or Meefy?
which
On
team
what?
I know who you're talking about. It's just I don't know why the team isn't clicking to me.
On Damn One?
Hold on, cat. Hush.
So I was gonna say because like Damon's mostly Brazilian players. I don't think Beffy's Brazilian.
Hush.
Eh. Could have
Yeah,
fooled me.
I'm trying to think of.
I don't know these people on Elevate and Damn One.
Hey, oh damn
I don't know
cat.
I
these
could
people.
probably remember most of the if you showed me the damn one roster, I would remember most of them. I know Falls is on it. I want to say Bullet's on it too.
God damn.
He's on it.
Every time
From
y'all ask me, I forget.
So I can't. Which team was Mephi on?
That's
I'm drawing a blank.
that's what I'm trying to fucking remember. I started thinking of 3 other things.
So like one player I was specifically impressed by this event was Bappin on Enterprise. Bappin
Cat,
had some really nutty rounds.
cat.
Speaking of, did you? I forgot. Was it Fisho guy that retired
Oh,
after they
did he
got sent
really?
home? Yeah.
I did not see that. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, I think strategically he's a really good like IGL. It's just he kind of doesn't have the gun skill to compete at the level he's competing at.
Yeah.
That's nothing against him, like as a player, as a person. It's just like I think that he doesn't offer enough to the team anymore
Man, he's got to be
to
like a certain
justify
type
his
of role
existence.
player.
Yeah, like he's a really good role player. It's just he doesn't offer enough to the team anymore that justifies taking up a spot on a roster that realistically
Oh,
could
that's
be
right. He's
pretty
on that. He's
decent.
the Fear X shitter team. I was about to say, what team
Yeah,
is it? But that motherfucker.
that's probably why.
That's what it
I,
was.
I'll
It was
I'll
that
be
M80
honest. I don't
game.
think I watched a single Fear X game.
I only
Not a
watched the
single one.
M80, and that motherfucker had a game.
I just remember waking up, seeing that M80 lost to Fear X, laughing, and then thinking typical.
That dude had a
Like
lot
it's
of
just such an
3Ks. Like,
M80 thing to do.
dude was cooking. No, Canadian had his shine today. I saw a little like OG Canadian on Mozzie boy.
I think Canadian had a relatively good event for his standards recently. I think
Mm-hmm.
So far.
he had some bad
Oh wait,
matches.
no, they're out. Never mind, I forgot. Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, he had some bad matches that have been typical as of late, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I think Troy did better than people will want to give him credit for this event.
I don't do. I've seen so much. Um. Of the blame being put on Spoit, which I'm one of them. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to talk about it because I have a lot of respect for Spoit as a player, as a person. He really is like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. But this event was just not it from him, and he really hasn't. I don't know, done anything to impress me anytime recently. I
Hey,
feel like
hey,
something call out talked or not call out Contro, one of my friends and assistant coaches with the wildcard girls. Um,
damn
he had
cat.
mentioned like he thought that um Troy might be making Spoit worse, and it's almost kind of hard to argue against that
No, I
because
mean I could
he
definitely
really
see it.
has kind of taken a good few hits since joining since Troy joined SR and he joined SR. He just does
Yeah.
not seem like the same player anymore.
That hurt
And I
seeing
don't
him
know if that's a
lose.
him thing, I don't know if that's a Troy thing, but like it's a somebody thing and it's a problem.
Well, he has him on a leash.
Yeah,
As far
that
as like
too.
play style goes, which I don't know if that's the kind of player you want to have on a leash.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, like I think even when he was in positions to do something this event that he would normally do pretty well in, he was in a lot of 1vx scenarios in scenarios specifically that he would tend to thrive in, and I just didn't see that from him this event, and I haven't seen it from him in a little bit. And like I said, I don't know if it's Troy that is leashing him or I limiting his potential, but Spoit hasn't had like the explosive power that he used to have. And I don't think he's had a fall off or anything. I think Spoit is still a really good player, and I said like there was a few. He had I don't remember which match it was, but I remember there was a 1v2 where he was playing. I think it was Wamai on Cafe and Kitchen, and he had a pretty ridiculous 1v2. And it was in that moment I was like, geez, that was like that's the Spoit I've been looking for this whole time. And then you check the scoreboard, and every game he's going like 6-8, 7-9, 5-8, stuff like that. And it's just one of those things where you don't expect those kind of numbers out of him, and you also don't know exactly how that's supposed to be fixed either.
Nah, yeah, it has been hard to watch him, especially this invitational.
Yeah, it was
Well,
a rough event for him, and I'm sure he'll be the first person to say that
well,
too.
I think
Like,
it's been a rough event for the whole team as a whole. Cause, like I
yeah,
said earlier, I haven't been watching as much just because of work and stuff like that. But from like the
What,
screenshots
baby?
and scoreboards and stuff, it seems like Ambi's playing as usual and staying out of his mind. Rexon's been stepping up to the plate, but it seems like Surf has kind of been falling out a little bit, the same as Spoit has. But then Canadian is doing better as
I
of late
honestly I
for
would say
his
the opposite. I
standards.
think um I would say that Surf performed pretty well, and Ambi had a maybe not as much of an impact as he normally would. He still
Ambi,
had good games, don't get me wrong,
I
but
say Ambi had probably one. Was it Cafe? Was it him on? No, it wasn't Cafe. That was a different team. But he had one or two really good games. But Surf has been breaking even. He's made some decent like round winning plays. Which
Well,
yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
think
like, basing it off of like scoreboards, because I feel like during group stages and during playoffs, he was like by far their second best player, depending on how Ambi was playing that day.
I think there were a lot of games where Ambi was noticeably absent, and I don't think I had that for Surf this event.
now Surf has had some slow starts.
Yeah.
I would
Another
there.
thing is, we also saw Surf have 100% cost in a 15-round match too.
That was crazy. That's one of my OG. Him and Bree are my two OG support goats. Nobody will ever make me hate Prime Bree.
Nobody can. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's too good.
that is one of. I'll argue that's a top two clutch guy right there.
I would say Breed is probably like the best clutcher ever
I'll leave room
if
for
it were to come down
interpretation.
to it.
He's my number one. I'd put him number one 10 times out of 10. And that's why it hurts to see his downfall with. But
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie. That the W7M oxygen game, I kind of saw that one going either way.
I don't know. I like as much as I really do like as much as like I'm a big Brox fan. I don't really think I think kind of the first map and the third map were how I expected that series to go for them. I did not expect it to be particularly good for Oxygen, unfortunately.
Oh, you're
Um,
not taking W7M to Night Haven and coming out with that, coming out having a
yeah.
good time.
I think they had a chance on Cafe, and I think they also it's weird to say because I feel like Cafe really had the result that it should have had. But also, if you were to go just based off the rounds that were happening, I think there was a lot of missed opportunities for OXG to win. There was a clutch from Adam that he just completely botched in every possible way. Um, there was I mean, like even in the good rounds for them, just something would go wrong
Hmm.
in a way that it shouldn't be. And I like I said, I think that was just kind of the expected outcome for
Well,
that game. I just didn't think
I
that
knew when it was.
OXG really matched up with them
I
well.
knew when it was going to Mat 3. W7M is not losing Cafe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
they're way too aggressive to lose Cafe. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, like I
shit.
was I was excited that OXG got to a match 3, and I was like, maybe we could see something interesting here,
I'm,
but
I mean, you see
at
what
the end of the day,
you see
it was never gonna
what they were
happen.
doing to SSG, and that's one of SSG's best maps, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean
Well,
W7M was putting
honestly,
that
it's
fuck.
weird. It kind of depends on the day. Like some SSG's usually pretty good on cafe, but I don't know. There's sometimes they'll play a cafe match and just kind of sit there like I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing right now.
Hey, but they made it. They made the cut.
Absolutely, and they've
Absolutely,
got a
you
game.
boys. You gotta go party with them.
They got a game against God fuck who am I forgetting already? Um, they got a game. They got a game tomorrow
Yeah, they play
against
W7M.
at W7M. Yeah,
The rematch.
yeah. I don't think they have. I don't like how W7M and SSG match up as an SSG fan,
That
but I think it's a little bit.
the
I
Matt.
think it's a little bit better for them than it used to be because I think like we pointed out earlier, they're probably the slowest LATAM team, and that's not an insult. Obviously, like they're very good. It's just they're probably the slowest
They're
LATAM
actually
team in
better
general.
because they're slower.
Yeah, but I think SSG does a good job of punishing teams that play maybe a little bit too slow. And it's usually where they have the most problems, at least from like my experience, is they play against hyper aggressive teams that are as good as them in their gun skill and maybe just a little bit better with their mid round thinking. And that I think that W7M is a good team, and I think they're at least on their talent wise on the same level as SSG. I think the typical Brazilian style with like the Brazilian level of talent they have over there has not been a particularly great matchup for SSG, but I think the fact that they're a little bit slower and more strategic now is something that SSG can use to their advantage because SSG loves to like do those plays where they just kind of pop out in front of you in the middle of nowhere
Hmm.
and you just have to solve that problem all of a sudden. And I think it's better for them that they have a little bit of a slower team because they're not a slow team. Obviously, it's just like they're slow. They're LATAM slow, which really like not slow at all, but like compared to the rest of their peers, they're
Yeah.
they're slower.
There's actually some good matchups tomorrow, though. Looking at it, you got
Yeah,
Weibo
no, there are
versus
some really good
Team
matchups.
Secret. That's gonna be a clean matchup right there.
You
Fal-
think
I
Weibo
hope
and
it's
Secret's
close.
gonna be a clean one?
I think it's gonna be close.
I think that's gonna be a massacre, unfortunately.
Secret's pretty
I
good.
I am with Stretch.
Secret's one of my top 3 favorite teams, and I'm a big Weibo enjoyer, but I think Weibo's gonna get fucking mauled.
Yeah, I don't think Weibo matches up particularly well against. Like, I mean, we discussed this earlier. I don't think Weibo matches up good against anybody that's left.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's either a bad matchup or a talent disparity.
I'd rather see them facing Secret than like Space Station or W7M.
See, that was the thing I said. I'd rather see them W7M for their sake.
I think
Hmm.
I don't
W7M's
see a
too
world in
aggressive
which
for
they
him though.
beat. I don't. I think SSG's more aggressive than them. Then they also have a built-to-ass history with
Well, postseason
SSG.
SSG is just a different
Hmm.
breed too.
Yeah.
When they get into postseason, them boys are different.
I mean, I
Actually,
guess
I
so,
think
but
I think
Back
Weibo's
against the
best.
wall
Yeah,
SSG is
Weibo's
painful.
best game. Ooh, I don't know, cause Wildcard's been crushing it too. I was gonna say Wildcard, but I don't think
well,
they'd beat that one.
Wildcard is my favorite team
That baby,
in the event
what
right now.
Baby Shark or what is it, Baby Shark?
Baby
Yeah, it's
Shark
Baby
That
Shark.
Dash,
motherfucker's been
Kansan,
killing it.
Spiker.
His entire existence pisses me off deeply.
Damn, tell us how
He
you
had
really
like
feel.
the most hilarious entry stats until like right before until like right towards the end of the NAL. but his entry stats for like the first stage were just absolutely fucking hilarious.
I'm just
He was putting up Benji Moolah levels of entry
I'm just
numbers.
glad that Weibo took out
Benji
D
Moolah.
plus Kia. That's all I'm happy for. I did
Yeah, we
not
were
want to
talking
see.
about that
I
earlier.
did
They
not
they
want to see
they
them.
got Daystar and DK as their potential matchup. Like, just
They had
like they really
They
could not
lucked
have
up.
had a better lineup for them, because not only is it their region people they know how to play against, it's also like, I don't
they
know,
were
really
farming it.
particularly not the greatest not the greatest teams from their region either. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just a salty Keg fan, but
Yeah, you yeah.
I still haven't recovered from the fact there's no Anakin at this
Oh,
event,
oh,
but
okay. Well,
we ball.
tomorrow, what you got? We'll go wild card phase. Who you got?
I think FaZe is the better team. However, I think there's not an unrealistic chance that uh Wildcard takes that. I think it should be FaZe, but I would say it's either going to be 2-0 FaZe or 2-1 Wildcard. I
What you
really do think if Wildcard takes a map, they probably win the series.
what you got, Stretch?
I want to say 2-1 wild card, but do
Ooh.
I know ball? Probably not, and it's gonna end up being a 2-1 phase.
So statistically, FaZe is the better team, and just postseason experience, FaZe is the better team,
Hmm.
and they just coming off a win last year. FaZe is the better team.
Hmm.
Granted, they played that grand finals was the epitome of perfect siege. As much as I hate to say that about FaZe, God,
Yeah, it
when
was.
when you want to talk about, like, I don't think I've ever seen a team make as minimal mistakes as FaZe made in that grand finals. I mean, when them fuckers were clicking, like, just nothing was going wrong.
Yeah, no, that was a really clinical siege from them in the grand finals last year. It
But
was extraordinarily impressive.
then they come back this year and it's just like, what happened? They still dominating, but
This event has not been particularly good for them. Like, that G2 match was just fucking brutal. They had no business losing a map to those guys.
hey, back off my boys now. Back off my
Absolutely
boys.
not.
No, back off
It
my
needs to be
boys.
said. They had no business losing to those guys.
Hey, quit going after my boys like that. G2 will be the Penta again, okay? You just wait. When we get rid of the coach, we'll be good again.
And Alamo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That motherfucker got to go. I think I hate the coach more. I'm
I
gonna
just
get,
hate him for screaming after the fucking every round. Just vamo every
dude.
round.
About
It just
absolutely
it's so
nothing,
annoying.
and nothing useful comes out of his mouth. He'll waste a tactical timeout on that shit too. It's like, bro.
Hmm.
I mean, at least be like, damn it. Every time I go to say somebody's name, Fabian. Yeah, you motherfuckers look fucking stupid. Fucking, what the fuck? Y'all look like a bunch of fucking golds.
Hmm.
That motherfucker cracks me up every, man, when he calls the timeout. It's funny.
No, they kept talking about like the overall success rate for coaches and timeouts. And a stat they have repeatedly brought up that just kind of cracks me up a little bit every time is they've brought up how successful Goddess's timeouts were. And every time I think about it, it's when I remember a Goddess timeout back in the day, she would talk for maybe a maximum of 10 seconds, and then it would be Geo or Troy taking over the rest of the conversation. Like, I remember seeing a timeout from her where she literally didn't even put her mic down, and it was just Troy and Geo talking. And I always thought that was a little bit hilarious because they were like, well, she is historically the most success, like the best conversion rate of timeouts ever. It's like, how many of those timeouts did she actually say anything in? That's kind of like what I've noticed a lot from these coaches this event is a lot of them have just tended to say nothing during their timeouts. The best they can come up with is like, guys, what the fuck are we doing?
Vamos.
And then you'll listen to call a timeout, and he's immediately got a plan for like the next 5 rounds and everything that could possibly happen. He gets it all out in 50 seconds, and like some of them take 50 seconds just to explain what's going to happen the next round, and some of them, as much as like I have respect for Fabian as a coach, a lot of his timeouts really aren't saying much. I think when he goes in there and kind of lays into them for doing things the wrong way, it's one thing, but I feel like a lot of his timeouts this event have mostly been motivating timeouts rather than fixing issues. I think
Hmm.
that might be contributing to why their problems are continuing to happen, because like that boot camp dictator shit should be kind of, if you're having to do that during games, there's a fucking problem. That should be happening during practices. That should be happening during scrims. If you're in a live game on LAN and fucking SI, and like every single one of your timeouts is, bro, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like there's a deeper issue that I'm not sure can be fixed with a timeout.
No, you gonna need more than a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them
No,
rounds
but
they were
like,
selling, they needed more than a minute.
No, yeah, for sure.
well, half of the like necessity of a timeout is for a mental reset, and
But are you
most of the
resetting their
time,
mental, calling them fucking golds and dog shit?
no. But some players need a kick in the ass like that to mentally reset. I
I
feel
mean,
Clearly.
like.
yeah, it's true some of them do
They
need like
still
a
lost to
mental
Fear
reset,
X, so
but
I don't think it worked.
yeah. But I guess the most I can point to is kind of like, think about how M80 did this event and how many timeouts Fabian called where it's just like, guys,
Every
what the fuck are
fucking
you
game.
doing? And yeah, and did they did that ever work for them? Like, did they ever come out of a timeout where
I
Fabian's like, stop playing scared, stop playing like a bunch of idiots, stop playing like gold, stop being solo queue players? Did they come out of those timeouts and do anything
the
differently?
second
The
map
answer
of
is
Fear
no.
X is the only time that and it's the only one he took a different approach in that whole 3 map series.
Mhm.
And that's the only time I saw them for a round or two, and then they just fell right back into the same pattern. Which, like you
Yep.
say, typical M80 fashion. But
Yeah. That's kind of been their thing, and it's nothing against the. I mean, I obviously have spoken a lot about Kino, but like I don't think in general that it's a bad team. Like they have a really good team. It's just they're maddeningly inconsistent. Way like, even more. And granted, it's weird to say this obviously because fucking I was with SSG, and M80 does have a trophy that they won recently. I feel like they have higher highs than SSG, but they're way more consistent lows. They just constantly run into these problems that they never seem to solve, and it happens like every single event, and it's been happening basically. It's weird because it's been happening since before M80 had this roster. It happened before they had the C9BC roster. This was back with Spoyd. This was back with like every other person that you could put into that roster. They would put together these super teams, and the same thing that they've had so many different coaches and assistant coaches and players go through that roster over the past 2 years, and somehow they've all managed to have basically exactly the same problems as each other, and it's just something that I've never understood.
yeah, yeah, you make a valid point there. Shit.
Cough.
I got deep for a second, right there.
Yeah, no, it's just it's something that's always frustrated me with M80 in general. It's just
Bro is an
they
M80
have this
fan. Went
they
deep
they
in there.
have this team on paper that should be a lot better than it always
Dude, on
is.
paper they should be like playoffs, no problem.
Hmm.
Like fine, like damn near finals.
They have three incredibly talented fraggers. They have a very intelligent IGL, and they have somebody that they can literally just go tell to do whatever, and he'll do it.
And
And
then their coach
somehow,
has one as a player, one as a
yeah,
coach. I was like, you got so much
three
experience
hammers,
on your fucking
three hammers, at least two majors, might be three, and everything about that roster, especially like, and they have a good team comp too, because like this team won a fucking major before, aside from Kino, obviously, but like they had the same core. They got a side grade in coaching. I think Fett was probably a better coach for them than Fabian has been, but like Fabian clearly works well with these guys. And it's just so frustrating and so weird to see them that just consistently not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's not something that a Fabian team should be having a problem with. Like, the guy fucking fixed G2 enough to make them win a hammer. You know how fucking
exactly.
hard that was? Like, dealing with Alamau and Doki and fucking, like, the whole team full of guys who just did not give a shit. You know how fucking hard it had to have been to beat the shit out of
You know
that
what?
team
You
and
you
get them
got
into
one more
shape?
time, buddy. You got one more time. Swear to God,
It's
we
like
gonna throw
they
hands on the
turned an
pod.
entire team plus Benja that didn't care into a championship winning roster. And I feel like M80 has a level of passion that G2 doesn't have, and they're still having the same fucking problems. It's so weird, and I
Well,
can't explain it.
some of it is what he says too. If you watch them, they do not play off each other well.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there are some games they look great. Then the next game, it's like they do look like a five solo queue players.
When they play for trades properly, they're probably one of like the three best teams in the league, or in the entire like entirety of Siege.
But
But
that Fear X game,
this
dude.
entire event is just, but like Fabian said, they've been solo queuing. Like, every single fight is a fucking one-on-one, and sometimes they win them, and most of the time they just didn't.
I gotta say, I think Fear X they might have went in. Oh, this is gonna be a freebie. This is gonna be which you can never do. I mean, these are T1 teams, so any
Hmm.
given day.
Yeah, no, you can't ever underestimate a team. And
But that's almost what
I'd
it
talked
looked like they
about,
did.
like, I had said that I think that the only way OXG beats W7M is if W7M goes in there and doesn't give them a proper level of respect. And I think they did that today. Like, they gave them the respect that OXG deserved, and I think that's what helped contribute to them winning in the way that they did. I think they understood that a guy like Forrest is capable of doing something that they're probably not going to be comfortable playing against, and they have to accept that, like, this team could absolutely beat them if they get into it. And I think they gave them the respect that they deserved, and that's why W7M won so convincingly the way they did, is because they didn't take them lightly. And I think, like you said, I think M80 probably took Fearex a little bit lightly. I don't think they came into that match like talking to each other, being like, "Yo, this is fucking Fearex. We should be kicking their ass." I mean, maybe Fabian did that. I know Callout's personal school of coaching says that you never spew narrative before a game, and something like, these guys are dog shit, we should be beating them every single time, is narrative. Like, you should never go into a game saying that, because it puts extra pressure on yourself. And I think, maybe aside from Fabian, which I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't, um I don't think they went in like verbalizing that they don't respect Fear X, but I think it's possible that they played like they didn't respect Fear
Oh, they
X, and
definitely
that's what
played
got
like
them
that.
fucked.
And one dude ate their ass for that. No homo. But anyway,
Well,
so
what's the point then?
ooh, okay, I see how you see and what I'm seeing. Anyway, so pretty much we all say FaZe is gonna win. I think it's gonna be 2-0. I think it's gonna be like a 7-4 and a 7-5.
Yeah,
It's
I think it's
it's
either 2-0 phase or 2-1 wild card. I
I,
think
I'm
if wild card wins a map, they'll win the series.
yeah,
But
I'm with you. I think if they win a map, they'll win it. But just
I
experience
think the most likely outcome is 2-0 phase.
depends on. It's all gonna depend on the map. But I say 2-0 FaZe. Maybe we see one overtime map, but I think one map's gonna be a blowout.
It's
But
possible.
All right, game 2. We got. Damn, they're both 8:30. Fuck. Gotta wake up early. We got Falcons and Furia.
I don't know.
Come on, you know Psycho ain't winning shit. Fucking,
I'd say
fucking,
Furia.
fucking
Yeah,
playoff
I would say
bandits.
probably Furia.
You know BDS Falcons. I don't care if you change the name. It's the same team that's gonna do the same shit.
Yeah.
Dominate and then choke every postseason.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Falcons is just an impossible team to read on any given moment
Well,
because
when they
I
face
mean, if you look
face,
at if you look at their group stage, like their group stage is not good at all either. But their playoffs have already been significantly better. Aside from maybe cutting things a little bit too close with Shopify, um, I would say they've had a very good playoff so far.
well, you know they're gonna make day 2 to semis.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually pretty good for that. But it's after that, it just seems like they can't ever figure out what's next.
I mean, they're already guaranteed main stage at this point, which like we should have all expected. Granted, like I said, they had a pretty ugly group stage, so it wasn't a guarantee. It wasn't at a certain point. It wasn't even a guarantee they're going to make it out of groups. But like once they did, their entire I don't know if approach is the right word, but just the entire how they looked was entirely different because I don't think they particularly changed anything. I think they just started playing better. It's almost like they locked in when they weren't before.
I hate to be that guy, but I think some of their issue is Psycho.
It's unfortunate. No, it's weird because I would agree normally because he has not had the greatest run of events over the past while, but I think this year he's probably the only person you can't blame.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. But like last year,
He's been phenomenal in
the,
SI
the
this
S
year.
the SI last year, dude, quit running off and
Wasn't his
wasting
great.
your
Was not
body.
great as his been. Yeah.
Yeah, I said that grand finals. There are so many times that he was first picked, or that
Mm-hmm.
he just threw his
Which is
body.
extremely uncommon
It's
for
rare,
him.
yeah. But I was like, come on, man, back it up. And you know, I was like, granted, they had Prime Day, they're winning a hammer. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's been losing, like he loses some like in this era that he would have never lost.
Yeah,
A 1v2
they're
wasn't
going through
shit.
the same thing that the X God, I don't know why I'm fucking forgetting the X Empire roster is going through right now. I mean, like Joystick got dropped from VP, which is not something that I ever thought I would see. I mean, like I knew it was going to happen eventually because like it's always going to happen eventually, but it was not something that I was prepared to happen this soon. And I don't think that's what's going to happen with the Falcons roster, but you can see between Shaiko and Bride, like they are not the same players they used to be. Granted, Shaiko has had a career resurgence at SI, but for the past year and a half, him and Bride have been noticeably worse than they were. That doesn't
Dude,
mean they're bad, obviously, because they're still fucking phenomenal players. But like,
yeah, they're
if you
better
were
than
to
me.
compare them to who they were before, they're
Dude,
not the same
Bride losing
players.
a 1v1 was almost you would have had a better chance of hitting the
Heartbreaking.
lottery. Yeah. Like Bride losing a 1v1 these days ain't shit. I was like, bro, like your go-to was 1v3s. 1v4 like, okay,
hmm
maybe. 1v3 that's shit for you. That wasn't shit, but
Yeah, that
these
was his bread
days,
and
man.
butter back in the day.
But I also think like Uses or Solotov has to step up for them to win. Like, you know, if they're a game where they're slacking, they're losing that map. Leaky
Absolutely.
Fact ain't really what he used to be. I still think he's a pretty damn good IGL, but gun game wise, he is not
I
what
think
he
he's a
was.
phenomenal at IGL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's one of my
he's not had a
favorites.
particularly good event.
Yeah, he's one of
Like
my
I don't know
favorite
if I
IGLs.
don't know if statistics would back that up, but I feel like I haven't seen from Leaky Fact what I would normally see this event.
But I mean, like, okay, look right here though. Leaky's at a 60% cost.
Yeah, that's
Breeday's at
It's not horrible,
66, but for them, that's like for Breeday to be at
it's definitely
66 is a
below
little,
his normal, especially being below Brede
yeah.
as the support guy.
I was like, say they, I think they take, I, I do think they take Furia just because. I don't know. I think that's gonna be a 2-1.
I would say it's a 2-1. I would say I'm pretty confident Furia will beat them, and then I think Falcons will go through their lower bracket run and end where they always do in second place.
I would, yeah. I
Who
got
would
I
they play in losers bracket whenever they get there? If they
Weibo
do get there,
Secret.
Weibo Secret.
yeah.
Huh.
I'll say 2-1 Falcons, even though I Fury is gonna be a tough cookie. Cause you got Nade, you got JV92, Herds.
Yeah, that team is annoyingly good.
Yeah, I was going to say they're consistent too.
And they're splitting up.
They have always been annoyingly good,
All right.
unfortunately.
So we both. What you think, Stretch? 2-1 Fury or 2-0?
I said Furia 2-1.
2-1. Okay, so all of us think that's going to map 3 at least.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
Wait.
think Falcons are ever gonna get 2-0'd, but I think that when it comes down to it, sometimes I think their biggest issue might be they let the pressure get to them because they always get themselves into a position to win and they can't capitalize off of it.
Nope.
And it's just not something that
But
you'd expect out of a top roster. Like these guys should be built. These guys have been around for so fucking long. Most of them have been like in these scenarios hundreds of times in their careers at this point.
correct me if I'm wrong. BDS, the Falcons, statistically, they should have like 4 hammers as a team on paper.
Absolutely.
Easily. I'm talking
I
like
wouldn't say maybe
Psych.
hammers, but I would
Well,
say at
maybe
least
not
3 to
hammer.
4 majors for
Yeah, I
sure.
mean Psycho for a year or two ran the fucking scene for kills and just entries and all like you said, seeing Psycho fucking first pick is insane.
Yeah.
Usually
Him
Psycho's
being
getting the first
consistently
pick.
first pick last year was a pretty harsh wake up call for
Yeah.
kind of like the state of where his career is
Yeah,
at.
usually he's making you the first pick
Hmm.
easily. But him on a
And like a lot of the
Deimos.
times when he was the worst part was it was a split 50-50 for how he was dying. Sometimes it was he was losing his gunfight, which isn't, like one of those things that Shaiko doesn't typically do. And other times like he would have these baffling opening deaths where it's just like what the fuck are you doing? And it just that's not something that you would ever see from him before. And it's been somewhat of a pattern from him last year. Like I said, this year's been a lot better, or not this year. This event specifically has been so much better, but
He's still terrifying
it's
on a
like this
Deimos.
entire year has been kind of a mess from Shaiko.
Alright, so we all got that one going to 3. It's probably going to go Fury, but I'm going to pull it out because at some point the script's got to be broken and they have to win one, or it's like who are we dropping? They got to do a roster change at some point. They got to wake up.
Mhm.
All right, we got Weibo versus Team Secret. I'm a Weibo
Secret.
supporter, but I got to give it Secret.
I think it's going to be a 2-0 Secret.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be a particularly close match, and I hate that I have to say that, but
well, I mean,
I
Joom
just don't
Joom
have
has had a
faith in
good event,
Weibo.
man. Joom has had a
He
good
has.
event. This like, what's he at? Yeah, right. Dude's dude is insane.
Yeah,
And you
no,
got
June will always be perpetually underrated.
then you got Savage, who's just a good support.
Savage is a phenomenal IGL as well.
Yeah, he is that.
That's probably
But
one of their biggest strengths is IGLing.
but I mean, Doom, man, that dude is fuck. He's had a great event.
Nutty player.
Nutty. I don't think they're stopping him. Their only counter, and I really think the only person who is consistent on Weibo, like super consistent, is Reaps.
Yeah. Reeves is probably one of the more talented fraggers in the world, but I think Secret is just a more complete team. I think, like we said earlier, it's just a matter of I don't think there's any good matchups remaining for Weibo,
You
unfortunately.
can't win with the dude named Turd and Ape.
Honestly, like Ape has been impressive to me this event, but
Yeah, he has been pretty good.
I feel like this is probably the spot where it stops.
I think it goes 2-0 and maybe depending on the map 2-1. But
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of see it as like
they'd have
a
to get
7-4, 7-3,
yeah,
unfortunately.
they'd have to get a clutch map. But if they get map 1, they might have a chance to get one
I
map.
will say that I don't think Secret's mental is particularly strong, so I think it's entirely possible that
I don't think Weibo's
if
is
they
either, though.
yeah, that too. But I think if they get going early, it's entirely possible that
Well, I also
they
think
drain all of the momentum from Secret. I think if they can get a really good start on map 1, like if they say they wound up getting cons and go defense and they take like a 5-1 half and maybe it was like 1-1 and then it ends 5-1, I think it's entirely possible that Weibo can win a series just off of that, but
well
I
they
don't
have
see that happening.
they'd have to get first map pick.
Of course.
But to me, like I think Weibo is just honestly they had an easier group, they had an easier bracket, or like
Mhm.
today they had an easy group. I was like I don't think they've like I think Secret is going to be like their first real challenge,
Mhm.
and I don't know if they understand that.
Yeah, Secret's going to be where like the pressure is really on them for the first time this
And
entire
I guess
event.
we're gonna learn tomorrow if they prepared for that.
I don't get me wrong. Like I have nothing against Secret and I have nothing against I have like no personal bias towards Weibo. I would like to see them go forward from here, but it's just I don't think they have I just don't think they have the it factor as a team. I think they have a really good player in Reaps. I think Ape has been particularly impressive. I feel like they're built on a house of cards, and I think Secret's gonna knock that down. I just don't think they're structurally among the better teams.
Okay, so pretty much none of us got Weibo going past Secret. But I
I
think
would
if they,
like to see them just for the vibes, but
I think
it's
it's gonna
just
be
one of those
dependent
things. I
on.
don't think it's
I
gonna
think it's gonna be
happen.
dependent on map 1. I think if it's the same with the wild card. Like I think if they come out and smack them in the face,
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna have to like if they can really throw Secret off first map, it's a whole different ball game. But if they
But if
can't,
Secret gets map 1 pick, like if they get to choose map 1,
I don't even think it's necessarily like who gets to choose the map. I think it's more of if they can get to the side that they feel comfortable on first and make or maybe not even that. Maybe they can get their own map pick and get onto the worst side and potentially put maybe do a little bit more against Secret than Secret thought they were going to do. Like if they were to go to attack cons and come out with like a 3-3 or 4-2 half attacking cons, like I think that would be super important for them. But like I said, I don't really see them getting that kind of a lead against Secret, at least in a way that's dominant enough to potentially affect their mental. Because I don't think Secret's going to like. I know I said that they have maybe not the greatest mental as a team, but I don't think they're going to be going into this game underestimating Weibo. And I think a lot of mental issues come from when you expect yourself to be beating a team and or like confidently beating a team and you're not. And I just don't think that Secret's going to approach this game thinking that Weibo can't possibly beat them, and I don't think that they're going to treat them disrespectfully in the lobby. I think they are going to treat them very much like it's a team that has the possibility of winning the entire thing.
And I think that is probably the worst thing for Weibo is if Secret takes them more seriously than they would just about anybody else.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate for them.
I think Weibo needs them to needs to be underestimated a little bit for this matchup to work. So, and I think if Secret underestimates them, that's a failure on their part.
Okay, so because they're both in the lower bracket, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because then you got. I already know who Revan's gonna pick for God's sake. But we got SSG versus W7M. Yeah, Revan probably over here too. Oh, SSG.
I'll be honest. Like I said earlier, I don't like a lot of the Brazil teams as a matchup for SSG. I think Black Dragons and NIP are teams that SSG would thrive against because I think they play the same style of game. But I think that SSG is more talented than those teams, and with them playing the same style of game, I think SSG kind of would just beat them in that way. But it is a really tough call for me because I think W7M absolutely has all the capability in the world of beating SSG.
Well, not only,
But
like to me, not only does like W7M have the aggressive gun skill and the chemistry, but they also have the ability to stop and
Mm-hmm.
slow it down when they need to. Whereas, like, most of the time teams, man, they see one guy, they're pushing four people on them,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't think twice about it.
Yeah, they're really good at resetting in the middle of a round, which I think aside from Furia, I don't really think that Latam is really all that good at doing mid round resets. I think once they start getting momentum going, they just continue to push and push because it usually works for them. But when they do that and it isn't working, they kind of have nothing left. I don't think W7M and Fury are like that. I think those are probably the two LATAM teams right now that have the ability to both be like hyper aggressive, and then if they're getting punished every time they do it, they have the ability to sit there and be like, okay, we know what we're doing wrong. We have to like start sitting on our hands a little bit more and stop trying to go all out on these guys. And I think that's to their benefit. I I honestly don't know what to say because I think in general I would say W7M has the advantage and would beat them 2-1, but I think SSG has this weird mental power up when their backs are against the wall and they're close to making stage. Like they have this kind of all or nothing mentality with these events. They either get 0-3'd out of the event or they make main stage. I don't think I've ever seen them like go right before main stage and not make it. They either get their ass kicked and dumped out of the event or they make the main stage. And I think they're too close right now. And I think they thrive on pressure. Like it really is just like that. These
Well,
guys
the
fucking they spend all
insane
day, yeah,
the
like they
insane
spend
part
all
about
day
them, man.
talking pressure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the insane part about them is I think Fultz is the only person who has under 100 EPS on their
Mm-hmm.
team. If I remember the last when I was watching their game, I think he's the only one that's under 100, which is kind of
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
They have had a wonderful event so far. Like it could have gone better for them. Like I don't know. It's Wildcard just has their number, and I think any other team aside from maybe Fury in the top bracket, I think SSG probably would have beaten. But it's just one of those things. Like they thrive when their backs are against the wall, and their backs are against the wall right now. They're right before the main stage. They're playing up against a team that already beat them. They're going to be coming out there extra motivated, and I think it's probably going to be 2-1
I'm
SSG.
saying when
I do think
SSG
that,
when they're the underdog, man,
yeah,
they put
I
up a
do
good
think that
game.
normally W7M would beat them, but I think scenario specifically, this is where SSG thrives. And for that reason, I would take them 2-1. I think it's going to be an incredibly close series. It is going to be tense. Most rounds are going to be exceptionally close.
There's at least going to be one overtime.
Absolutely. There's going to be at least one map that goes to overtime. It's probably going to be map 3, frankly. But for sure, it'll one map where SSG is on the brink of elimination will go to overtime. And we saw it today with fucking with Shopify. They were down 5-6 on Cafe, which there is a good map of theirs, but they just
I don't think they take
pressure.
W7M to Cafe.
I don't either.
I actually think W7M is up on them on Cafe, which is actually kind of shocking for them.
Yeah, W7M is a really good Cafe team, and I think SSG's has so much VOD available on their Cafe right now. I think they're probably going to stay away from that against W7M, frankly. Not that they don't think they can beat them, it's just like there's so much VOD on SSG's Cafe this event.
Okay.
And I think call out and Alonzo and the rest of the staff is going to be like, we cannot give these guys who are so good at Cafe the ability to go to a map these guys are really good at that we've played 10 times this event. Like, it can't happen.
I love watching both of them though, because with SSG and W7M, you're gonna get the 2-person runouts. You're gonna get the jump outs of the windows every time they play, and it's just they're always gonna do some crazy shit in the series.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you can always say about every SSG game is it's going to be entertaining at the very least.
Here you go.
It might be bad, but it'll be fun.
All right, so what do y'all think is gonna be the game of the day? Best game of the day?
I would say W7M SSG.
W7M.
Yeah, my dogs.
I think those are the two closest teams there. I realized that fucking Falcons and Furia are both very, very good teams. But I think stylistically the clash between W7M and SSG with how similar they are is really going to make for an extremely entertaining matchup. I just think
Every
there's
time
going
they
to be
play,
so much pressure.
every time they play, it's round to round. It's always a
Yeah,
1v1 or 2v2. Every fucking time they meet up, damn near.
absolutely.
And that's
That
why
matchup is they're built for each other.
I was watching one game because some people they just see the scores and they're like, "Oh man, that team's ass," and I was like, "You don't realize a lot of it was fuck." It was an actual group game I was watching, but every fucking round, I think it only went in 9 rounds. I think it was a 7-2, but every fucking round was a 1v1.
Yeah.
But I was like, if you don't watch it, you don't see that aspect. It was just the last execution was better.
Yeah. You're going to be seeing a lot of I think a lot of rounds between SSG and W7M that go down to a 1v1 or a 1v2 basically every single round.
All right, so let's do a. Okay, we'll go one at a time. All right, Stretch. Who do you think's gonna win it all? You got
Gonna
wild
win it
card.
all.
Yeah, wild cards: FaZe, Falcons, Furia, Weibo, Secret, Space Station, or W7M.
Fate.
You say FaZe?
Yeah, I have a
Back
sneaky
to back?
suspicion. I have a sneaky suspicion that without looking at brackets, somehow FaZe is gonna make top 4, and they either play Furia in semis or grand finals. And they always beat Furia.
You got FaZe going back to back. Oh,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
that's gonna be tough though. Back to back. Shit.
I don't like it.
I don't either. Damn, I'm a FaZe hater. Damn. You know how this dude hates G2? I fucking hate FaZe.
To be fair, I also hate a lot of teams.
I just it ain't even FaZe Siege. I just don't like FaZe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the Brazil region at all. But I
Either.
think in general, I hate the team and org of FaZe so much, and I don't want anything that Banks is associated with to succeed, even if he's like the social media aspect of the team is really no longer existent. I just don't want anything that he has his name on to ever succeed for any reason.
Oh, okay, okay. So, Mister Phase G2, Latom, Weeaboo Hayden,
I
what?
hate a lot of teams.
Who you got winning it all? Or
So
who
I
do you
think
got in the
it's
finals, and who's winning?
I think it's very bracket dependent. I will say hilariously that I think what's their name? Fucking I think Falcons finds a way to get to the finals again just
Oh,
because
I'm
they're
not alone.
Falcons.
I'm not alone.
Like it's not that I think they're particularly better than an A team here. It's not
Wait,
that I
wait
think
a
they're
minute.
particularly
Hold on,
consistent.
hold on. Time out. How you go predict Fury to beat Falcons, but Falcons to make the? Oh, you got them in the lower bracket. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
lower bracket.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I think there's a reasonable chance this winds up being another FaZe Falcons final. I would say if Furia and FaZe both advance, I think it probably winds up being a FaZe Falcons final. I think if Wildcard somehow advances against FaZe and Furia I don't know. I think if Furia can avoid Wildcard immediately, I think there's a reasonable chance that Furia will make it over FaZe if they don't have to play them. Because like Stretch said, anytime FaZe plays them, it
They
really just
lose.
feels like FaZe has their number. It's kind of like Wildcard and SSG. It just feels like FaZe has their number. And I would expect fully that if it's like a Wildcard Furia matchup, I think Falcons beats FaZe in the lower bracket, but I think FaZe would beat Falcons in the final just because, and I don't think it's necessarily because they're a better team. I think it's because Falcons can't handle the pressure. But I would say if FaZe advances in the upper bracket, I would say they're probably going to win. I think if FaZe doesn't, it would be Furia.
See, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think just because I highly see back to back, I'm gonna have to go. Damn, none of y'all got a lower bracket team going in there though. That's crazy.
I mean, I'd love to see SSG make it, but there's so much competition left, and SSG is another team that just has a problem crossing the finish line.
I want to say Furia W7M, but a part of me feels like it's gonna be Furia Falcons or FaZe Falcons again.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot. I think there are better teams than W7M out there.
I
I
don't
think
think.
SSG probably has like some of the highest potential left, but I also just don't think that like they also have the same problem the Falcons do. They have issues crossing the finish line.
I don't think Seeker's ready for a hammer yet.
That's true.
Weibo ain't. They're not beating. They're damn sure not gonna beat Falcons. They're damn sure not gonna beat S. Well, they won't even get to. More than likely, they won't even get to play
Yeah.
SSG. But they're yeah, they're not beating any of these teams.
Yeah, it's a shame because like I think reasonably highly of them as a roster, but I don't see a world where they beat any of these remaining teams.
So after I say, I think it's gonna be Fury Falcons or FaZe Falcons. Like if for some reason that BDS Falcons team always finds the semis to the grands. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
It's their one thing that they're good at is always coming in
They
second
never gonna
place.
win it though. Never gonna win that shit.
Unless it's in Saudi Arabia.
SSG just always they end up losing the rounds they need the most.
Mm-hmm.
It's always that 1v1 that they just fucked up and should have won, or like they always come down to those 1 or 2 rounds they should have won.
Yeah, it's like I don't even think SSG has the overcooking or has the pressure problem that Falcons has. I think SSG has an overthinking problem that kind of fucks them over every single time.
Or Ashen just fucking jinxing them.
Yeah, they're like they'll do something that they really wasn't in their best interest. And it's not like a pressure thing, it's just like it's not even I don't even know what to call it. It's just like they just kind of stumble.
Yeah.
I think they think themselves into a lost round too often.
Oh, most definitely. But anyway, you said 12:30. We're there, so I won't keep you any longer. Make sure you get your little sleep, get your schoolwork done. I had to work it out where I don't
I
gotta
had a
come
little
back.
bit of time right now because I'm running a raid, but so I probably got like another 15-20 minutes
Oh damn,
in case you had any other questions.
my game just started. I don't really got nothing. It kind of caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting you tonight, or I would have had a little more.
No, that's all good. I mean, I
Yeah,
expected it to mostly be like a.
I was gonna try to catch
It
you
was
on the
mostly gonna be a
Wednesday,
Saturday.
just do a double record this week, but no, I'll
I
let
saw
you.
Stretch in here, and I was just like, I saw that you said you were recording tonight, and I was like, yeah, I got some time.
I'm sure you'll be back. You're our favorite yapper, and I think your video has the most views, so we're gonna aura
I
farm
was
you.
gonna say, is that because my video is the most popular one?
How would you know? You've been stalking.
No, because I'm pretty sure I've heard you say it before. Though I had the most popular episode.
Hey, we're just aura farming you at this point.
I mean, yeah, I
We
obviously have no
we
problem with
got
it. I'm
the
gonna jump more.
motherfucking Revan, okay? Let's get Jinxie next. Come on now. Who's next?
I'm not sure you want Jinxie's opinions on Pro League.
I don't need his opinions. I just need his name. I don't give a damn what he talks about. I'm
Oh,
gonna get
that's valid.
thousands. I'm gonna get thousands
What
of
if he
views.
comes in here and he talks about fucking Clash Royale?
That shit, that's 1,000 views on nothing.
Valid.
I don't give a. He come in here and talk about his little dick for all I care.
It's like, so hey Jinxie, what's going on with your penis today?
Hey, you know what I heard, Stretch? Revan can hook us up with an SSG interview. That's what I'm hearing. Blah.
I mean, those guys are extremely busy. I'm still in contact with them over fucking like other shit that we're trying to work on, and
So I'm hearing Ashen on
it's
the
still
pod.
like still a lot of shit to do because they're always so busy.
Ashen on the pod? Question mark.
I
I
mean,
like.
he might. Liam
Ooh,
would be the kind of person that would do that.
that would be fucking dope. What would you say, Stretch? You'd be here that night, wouldn't you?
I'm here every night.
You right. Nah,
He's
no,
like,
come
I
on.
thought
That'd
you.
be a legendary pull. I might even pay you for that shit. I was about to say, Benja would be. I feel like he'd be like the shy one.
Bench is always good to talk to. It's just like I don't know. He won't have a whole lot to say unless he kind of like knows everybody that's there.
Oh yeah, me and Stretch would be like the talk of the town if we got a pro league player in here.
Like he's really just like he's a pretty reserved person, but like you'll see him talk a lot of shit on Twitter, especially in Alamouse direction.
Oh,
So, like
he's a
he's a little
keyboard
Twitter troll.
warrior. He's a
He's a little
keyboard
Twitter troll.
warrior.
He's funny as fuck. Like he's so quiet in person, but like you put a keyboard in front of his hand against somebody that he knows pretty well, and he'll start yapping. Like he's been yapping a lot during the fucking he was yapping a lot during groups, and I thought that was hilarious. I was always like, when you see Fultz and Benja hitting question marks in chat, like the match is over. Like you don't recover from that.
Yeah, but all right, I won't keep you too much longer. I gotta go to the bathroom anyway. You should work on that connect. I slide you a Burger King Whopper and some change on the side.
They're gonna be busy for a while, and they're probably going directly to break after SI, I'd imagine too.
You know what I hear with break? Free time. Get them first rounded.
Oh well, these guys go like they'll go on vacation.
That's fine. It only takes an hour, hour and a half. Don't.
Like they'll probably be in like fucking Spain with Alonso or something like that.
I don't mind
That's how they roll.
I don't mind a pod from Tahiti. You be sipping a coconut margarita. I don't care.
Some of these guys will literally go on like a complete disconnect vacation too. I think I don't remember who went with him. I think it was Iconic. I know Iconic went. I think I could have sworn one of the other SSG guys went with him, but Call Out brought a couple of at least what Iconic being like the former SSG and
How legendary do you gotta be to have a call out name after you?
And like he went on a like a mental retreat for like 3 days, a 3-day disconnect in like
Seeds will do that
some
to you.
Asian country with some guru.
Seeds will do that to you.
I probably like he's super big into mindfulness and shit like that. He really is like one of the most interesting people you'll ever talk to.
Well, we wouldn't know, would we now? Only one way to find out.
I mean, you always hear them talk about it on the broadcast, at least, because like all the broadcasters know he does some shit.
Come on, Stretch, help a player out. Damn.
I'm in it for whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm eating right now.
I'm in it for whenever. I'm looking at femboys right now. I'm just
That's
here.
a mood, though.
You know what? I did not expect that coming from a
Like
Revan.
you can't be mad at Stretch for living his life over there.
Is he living his life?
I mean, femboys are kind of his life, so if he's looking at femboys, he's living his life.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll let him live.
It's basically like all of his meme folder, anyways.
Oh, dude,
I've never seen somebody with so many fucking femboy memes.
Endless supply. Him and Bait. Endless
I
supply.
feel like Stretch has spread that to the entire community. It's almost like it's almost like a fucking VD.
Ooh. But anyways, we'll oh no.
He's gotten everybody into femboy stuff.
Everybody. I was even sending memes once.
I've saved a few of them. They're good.
Me too. But anyways, we'll end it there. Thank you all for listening. Until next time, toodles.
Doodles.
Toodles.
Yeah, he said it.